Buenos días. ¿Qué tal?
Preterite tense of regular verbs.
In order to talk about events in the past, Spanish uses two simple tenses, the preterite and the imperfect. We'll now learn how to form the preterite tense, which is used to express actions or states completed in the past. Let's see now how the preterite of regular AR verbs is formed. Repeat after me. Comprar, compré, compraste, compró, compramos, comprasteis, compraron. Note the preterite endings for AR verbs. Now, the preterite forms for regular ER verbs. Vender, vendí, vendiste, vendió, vendimos, vendisteis, vendieron. Again, note the preterite endings for ER verbs. Finally, the preterite forms of regular IR verbs. Escribir, escribí, escribiste, escribió, escribimos, escribisteis, escribieron. Now let's compare the preterite endings for the regular ER and IR verbs. As you can see, the preterite endings for vender and escribir are identical. Atención! Note that the yo and the usted, él, ella forms of all three conjugations have written accents on the last syllable to show where it is stressed. Also note that the nosotros forms of regular AR and IR verbs in the preterite are identical to the present tense forms. Context helps you determine which tense is being used. For example, compare this statement. Anoche compramos unos zapatos de tenis with the following. En invierno compramos la ropa en la tienda de la universidad. Spanish AR and ER verbs that have a stem change in the present tense are regular in the preterite. They do not have a stem change. Cerrar. La tienda cierra a las 6. La tienda cerró a las 6. Volver. Carlos vuelve tarde. Carlos volvió tarde. Jugar. Él juega al fútbol. Él jugó al fútbol. Atención, esto es importante. Note that IR verbs that have a stem change in the present tense also have a stem change in the preterite. Verbs that end in car, gar, and sar have a spelling change in the yo form. Buscar, yo busqué. Llegar, yo llegué. Empezar, yo empecé. Except for the yo form, all the other forms of these verbs are regular in the preterite. Muy bien. 3 other verbs have spelling changes in the preterite. They are creer, leer, and oír. Note the form of these verbs in the chart. Note that the I of the verb endings carries an accent in the yo, tú, nosotros, and vosotros forms. Also note that the I changes to Y in the usted and ustedes forms. The verb ver is regular in the preterite, but none of its forms has an accent. Ver, vi, viste, vio, vimos, visteis, vieron.
Words commonly used with the preterite.
You'll now learn some words and phrases that are commonly used with the preterite. Repeat after me. Anoche, anteayer, ayer, de repente, desde hasta. Pasado, el año pasado, la semana pasada, una vez, dos veces, ya. To conclude the lesson, we're going to learn about the expression acabar de. Acabar de plus infinitive is used to say that something has just occurred. Note that acabar is in the present tense in this construction. Observe these examples. Acabo de comprar una falda. Acabas de ir de compras. Muy bien. Pues acabamos de aprender el pretérito, ¿cierto? Hasta luego.